Hey everybody, Nick Espinoza, your chief security fanatic here, and today we're talking about a major bomb that just went off in Silicon Valley, and I think this may spell financial trouble for the region, not to mention the tech industry here in the United States. Now, this is really interesting. This is still evolving news because this literally happened today. This is coming from NBC News, but there's a million reporting on this, and here's what's going on. The California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation said today, literally Friday, that it was taking over and closing Silicon Valley Bank. Now they're distressed and they're basically trying to protect assets, and they named the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation as the receiver. Now the FDIC, or Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, has basically formed a separate entity where all insured SVB deposits will be available by Monday morning. The closure marks the biggest bank failure since the 2008 financial crisis and the second largest in U.S. history after Washington Mutual collapsed during that industry-wide meltdown. That's according to the FDC. Now, as of the end of December, Silicon Valley Bank, based in Santa Clara, is the 16th largest bank in the nation with $209 billion in assets and more than $175 billion in deposits. As with other FDIC member banks, Silicon Valley Bank deposits are insured up to $250,000 per depositor. But the FDIC has yet to determine how many of those deposits exceed that insurance limit, and the agency said it would be, quote, working over the weekend, end quote, to pin that down, meaning uninsured depositors, for their part, will receive an advance dividend as well as a, quote, receivership certificate for the remaining amount of their uninsured funds as the FDIC sells the assets of Silicon Valley Bank. Future dividend payments may be made to uninsured depositors, end quote. Silicon Valley Bank referred all requests for comments to the FDC and their takeover notice. Obviously, worries about a run at Silicon Valley Bank led Wall Street investors to dump the bank stock as well. It is way down, pretty much non-existent. Shares of some of the prominent West Coast lenders also took nosedives today, as well as First Republic Bank, PacWest Bancorp, and Western Alliance Bancorporation as well. So this is huge, not to mention that a ton of venture capital money essentially is tied up in Silicon Valley Bank, because it's one of those banks that is in the heart of the tech industry here in the United States. And so this is a big issue. On top of this, I've heard, but I have not formally confirmed yet, that Wells Fargo is having issues, basically in a similar vein to Silicon Valley Bank. So is this a signal of something for the greater U.S. economy? Is this something that's going to impact the tech industry? Very possibly. I am not an expert at this, but when it comes to technology, Silicon Valley Bank is one of those big places where money flows through to go to startups, to, for investors, all that kind of stuff. This is, I think, possibly going to depress the tech industry. Again, I'm not a financial expert, but when it comes to technology, there's a huge amount of money that is being pushed to essentially unicorns, potentially unicorns, incubators, and all that kind of stuff. We're in wait and see mode. But if you didn't know this was going on, this could also be potentially a harbinger for the entire U.S. economy. This is one of the largest banks and the largest, essentially, default since, again, Washington Mutual. So this is huge. We're going to keep you up to date here, but you should really get to looking at this. And if you have funds in Silicon Valley Bank or anything to do with them, you definitely want to make sure that you are checking in with the FDIC, because that bank is now run by the government. That is never a good sign. And here we are. So good luck to investors. Hopefully, this won't be as bad as we think, but I've got to report on it because it's not looking good. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP. And please feel free to subscribe to me at YouTube as well. And as always, stay safe, stay online, invest well, and please attempt to stay private. Thanks, everybody.